welcome to Three Blocks to the East, and Anmol and I have been very fortunate
What
to
up?
be speaking with the founders of Azadi Records, Joshi and Uday Kapur. Hey, what's up, guys?
What's up, guys? Thanks for having us.
Is Uday there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm just.
Uday looks like he partied real hard last night, man.
So, first of all, huge congratulations to you guys for pulling that gig. I mean, that thing was fucking monumental. What you guys did at Habitat the other night. Like, I'm sure it feels surreal, man.
Thank you.
It does, bro. Thanks. It just came together really quickly. Me and Uday had been trying to put that together for about 2 months. And we essentially needed money, so we went around sponsors like you do. And, everybody was supportive. They were like, we can support, but we can't give you cash. So we kind of shelved the idea. We actually had the kind of roster ready for a couple of months and kind of everything kind of sitting there waiting to just drop the announcement. And then it just so happened we had half the artists already in Bombay for one reason or another. And then we just had to get a few of the other guys down. So kind of spoke to Uday and I was like, should we try? And he was like, let's try. And kind of all came together. It was only like over 3 days, everything just kind of fell in place. And man, we were really, really surprised by the turnout and the fucking love that night, man. It was crazy for like 6 days, 6 days of promo. That's all we had, really.
But having said that, I'm sure, to you being surprised, we weren't, because we were kind of expecting, the hype around the event was so large. It was, we were expecting that sort of crowd over there. I mean, just before we came to the event, we were at the Vice event at Vicroli, where they were showcasing the documentary, right? The Gully Rap documentary. So literally more than half the crowd present over there was heading towards Khat for the event. So we kind of had an idea about the magnitude of what the event was going to be. And apart from that, of course,
the hate for the, even though the Brazil Belgium game was like, I would be the true test. कि 11:30 बजे तक तो है इधर, but जैसे ही वो किक ऑफ होएगा लोग रहेंगे कि नहीं. But बीच मॉडरेट में फोन पे देख रहे थे मैच, तो सही.
But that's the awesome thing, right? Despite the rains and all that, the crowd turnout and we had the performances that the guys brought.
Yeah, man. I think one important thing that we were discussing also was I think 85% of the crowd was completely new, not regulars from the scene, not people who know or know through the scene, like Hardys at Warman or whatever, which was really cool to see.
Yeah. And that's what amazed me was, amazed all of us actually, was for the first time after perhaps when we had performed live in the city, we saw that much of a crossover audience to come for a hip hop event.
Definitely.
Has set a benchmark for what Mumbai rappers have to do right now.
I think what was really surprising, I can't remember, I think it was either one of the CD Mott guys, and they were just like, bro, have you seen how many girls are here? It was just one of those things. You look at the front row and there were half girls, and I've never seen that in a hip. That was surprising to me. And it was nice to create that type of environment where, girls can come and they feel safe and they get involved.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, just to give you guys some facts. So basically, that I don't mind kind of laying out numbers. Just the cost of that event was 2.8 lakhs.
Oh, wow. Shit.
And no artist got paid. So if we add artist fees into that, it becomes even more. So in terms of the whole roster playing again in one space, the only way that's going to be possible is if somebody pays for it, or we lose a lot of money again. But that said, we have had we've started conversations with a few kind of guys that want to take the showcase to Bangalore and Delhi and so on.
Definitely.
But I don't know if it'd be the whole roster. We're definitely doing smaller showcases, 4 acts, 5 acts, which is more manageable. So at some of the festivals this year, you're going to see Azadi showcases with kind of not always the same 4 or 5. We'll kind of mix it up depending on where we are and who's available. But it's something that we're definitely going to do moving forward, is kind of perform as a collective and do kind of takeovers. But the whole roster in one night, I think that might be tough anytime soon.
Okay. No, but that's cool. Like, you know what really amazed me though? Like, I'm sure like a lot of people were excited to see Siddharth and Prabdeep live. But like say as someone from Mumbai, I was so happy to see the kind of reaction that TNS was getting that night. And
man, he shocked me.
The dude killed it, man.
Yeah, he shocked me. That was the performance of the night for me, man.
Absolutely. Same here.
Yeah.
I was discussing the same thing with Anmol and the guys the other day. Like, on a performance, like, I mean, much love to Prabdeep and Siddharth, but like TNS.
Yeah.
TNS really outdid himself on that night. So that brings me to one question that I had for you guys. Like, say, I mean, like guys like TNS or most of the roster for that matter, like maybe not Swadesi, but like say most of the guys on the roster, they don't necessarily fall in that category of like what's being considered as populist rap right now, that being say gully rap or whatever. So like, and I mean I mean that in the best possible way. Okay.
No. So we made a conscious effort on more that. For that, because obviously we've been working with Bobby for 2 years. And from when I first kind of heard him and kind of shared him with Uday, and you know, at first I didn't know if I was crazy, or if this guy is crazy talented, and you know, happily proven that he's crazy talented. You know, and he you know, and it's the kind of thing that we definitely want to push is, you know, some of the people that may not get noticed. And, you know, I've obviously seen Bobby in the kind of underground rap space in Bombay, and he doesn't really fit in, you know. Personality-wise, sound-wise, and so on. So it was nice to kind of see him appreciated from that audience as well. You know, and looking at some of the reactions of the kind of Bombay veterans, you know, that were there that night, and just their reactions and how they were watching him showed to me that they were like, okay, this guy has arrived, you know?
And on that note, like say, it's interesting you say that, because the kind of stuff we saw your talent pull out that night, like, be it Bobby or be it Steady or whoever. Like, it's the kind of stuff that I have, like say, we haven't seen a lot of veteran rappers achieve in the city. So, I mean, is there something, like say, I mean, maybe like say it comes from an insight that you guys might have. Like, say, is it something that you feel the veterans in the scene are doing wrong? That like say, like for because hip hop in Mumbai has certainly seen a dip, so to speak, in the last 1.5, 2 years. Like, except for the gully rap thing, which is
I think that's not just it's not about what they're doing wrong.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch that.
There's reception's probably a bit bad. He's probably dipped out. I'll step in until he comes back. And I kind of think I know what he's saying. It's not necessarily what the kind of Mumbai veterans are doing wrong. I just feel that, you know, after a while, it's talent that drives. You know, when a scene's in a nascent stage, especially when you, like you said earlier, look, it's rappers performing for rappers. You know, so there's never been really a subjective element to somebody's performance, whether it's criticism or whether it's positive or negative. And what you're finding now is that because hip hop is attracting a wider audience. So,
hold up, Uday's calling.
Okay.
Get back in? Is he fell off?
Mike, sorry. Ever since Modi got this Geo thing done, my network's just went.
Just so you were saying.
No, just continue. Sorry.
Yeah, I was saying that obviously hip hop's now reaching out to a wider audience. So where you were looking at before the scene kind of reacting to the scene, now, you know, you've got outsiders which are now subjectively criticizing hip hop performances, you know?
Yeah.
So, and now is where, you know, you start to separate the guys that are rappers and the guys that are artists. You know, and there's a difference. There is a definite difference in guys that can drop bars and guys that can make songs and build sets and make people dance. And you know that's where hip hop needs to move into now. It's not about rapping for your friends or, you know, the ciphers anymore. If we really want hip hop to progress in India, we need to make people dance. We need to make people move, you know.
Yes.
To get money into the industry, to get
on that note, do you think our rappers, like say the veterans, so to speak, are they keeping things too lyrical for their own good? You know what I'm trying to say? Like say, like instead of moving the crowd, like say.
No, I don't think it's too lyrical. They're not good songs. I mean, तू जितना भी knowledge डाल दे, ठीक है, मैं knowledge में कुछ हूँ, but अगर गाना है तो मैं क्या करेगा उसका?
I get your point. Yeah. So, what do you think is the future? बोल. Sorry, I'm sorry for cutting.
Then who would listen to hood politics or sing about me I'm dying for this or ये वो सब? कौन उसका 16 मिनट का गाना सुनेगा? No, I think there's also a thing about एक तो there was a circle jerk for a long time which platforms such as DHH or whatever कि तुम गाना लिख रहे हो तो मैं उसके बारे में अच्छा लिखूंगा भी और मैं तुम्हें big ups भी दूंगा. I think नहीं चाहिए big ups. Who is critiquing it properly? And then बस क्योंकि तुमने गाना निकाला मतलब तुम हिप हॉप आर्टिस्ट बन गए और पूरी दुनिया को तुम्हारे सामने बैठने चाहिए क्या? Hip hop abroad is doing so well because it is doing well against other genres of music as well. It is not doing well within itself. So that I think if you compare before Mere Gahi Mein and whatever, if you compare the songs even since then, there is better output in numbers in the indie scene rather than the hip hop scene. So when you're asking an audience of music to decide that okay, which one is better, then you can't complain honestly because then you have like 4 good hip hop releases against maybe 30, 40, 50 good independent music releases.
So Uday. By the way, Uday, both of yours. So, what do you think Indian hip hop is walking towards? Like with gully rap also rising, with Azadi doing its own shit. Like, where do you see Azadi in like 5 to 10 years? Like, what position?
I think Mo can obviously disagree. Our aim is to kind of bring about a lot more structural equality in the way the scene is structured and function and who gets what opportunities in the scene. That doesn't mean just as an artist. It means as a music journalist or a culture writer, maybe as a video director, as someone who operates a venue. So we're looking more towards growing, making a scene that's more equitable in those larger terms also because once those things come into place, then you can be sure, okay, 10 years down the line, 20 years down the line, there will still be a scene where someone like a Dopodelics or like a Nazi or a Divine don't have to struggle as much as they did to reach to this point.
Yeah. It's still, the scene is very much still in its nascent stage, right? Like,
scene तो मतलब independent scene कोई देखेगी venue ही नहीं है हमारे पास music venue ही नहीं है एक इस देश में. Habitat एक है अभी जो खुला है अभी जाके खुला है वो.
Yeah, and like
every other venue functions as a pub, as a restaurant before they function as a music. In this country is value added entertainment service.
Correct. Very correct. Like that's a lot of issues that India artists across the board are kind of facing. Like Siddharth, like say the face of Garibi, right? He is in a hardcore metal band right now. And his biggest struggle right now, apart from like say that scene being dying or has been pretty much dead for a while, is also that like say bands are not getting the kind of exposure from a gig perspective. Like they're not getting to gig at all. Like say people can put as much material as they want on the internet, but like say where are the gigs happening?
Who will get me more buses?
Yeah.
And you know what? I think one of the issues is, you know, when you segregate the already independent, the minute independent music scene in India, and when we mean minute, we're talking in a country of 1.4 billion people, less than 150,000 people are listening to independent music and attending independent gigs. When you split an independent scene into a rock scene, into an electronic scene, into a hip hop scene, and so on, for me personally, until that mindset kind of changes to go, okay, look, this is a collective independent scene. We're all performing at the same venues. We're trying to get the same sponsors, you know?
Yeah.
For when we're trying to go out, and do gigs, as much as we're pushing it as a hip hop night, if there's hip hop artists or whatever, at the core of the day, it comes down to good music, you know? So whether you're in a rap band or whether you're in a hardcore metal band, you know, at the end of the day, if your band is good and you're playing good music, then that transcends, not the scene you're in is transcending. Do you know what I mean?
It's the burden is on the artist right now, the artist community, so to speak, to maintain the currency of their form. Like, because that's exactly what we saw with the rock and metal scene across India. Like, say, it is pretty much dormant simply because, like, say, nobody is doing enough.
I mean, but that's because वो same चीज ना, जैसे उनका once they realize that these people are not, the fans are not buying alcohol, nor are they paying for tickets or anything.
Yeah.
वो क्यों पे प्रोग्राम करेगा बंदा जिसका प्राइमरी एम है कि उसको दारू बेचने का. True. He has to sell alcohol and that's how he's making his money on the night. Now abroad, if you look at venues and all these, there are venues which only function, music venues run by students, by NGOs, which only function Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Okay.
And they give all, and it's all like base fare. If you buy alcohol at a certain price, it's sold at maybe 2% markup. Tickets are at the door and they're sold at a certain markup. Or audio is only rented for those 3 days. And the other days, the room is given out for something else. But for those 3 days, they program some of the most, like, the upcoming artists. And they build a scene like that. बड़ा क्लब जो कर रहा है जो दूसरे स्टेडियम वेन्यू कर रहे हैं बट जो मेन सीन है वो ऐसे वेन्यूज में वहाँ पे चल रहा है. And there's no like profiling because they're not dependent on such things. And they're also supported a lot by their governments which fund our traders. True. Not exist here.
Okay, slightly stepping outside of this conversation, like Mo, this is particularly directed to you. Like say, recently, like say just before the gig happened, maybe a week before that or something. Yeah. This is not. I don't want to get into too much gossip, but like say there was a little bit of a social altercation between you and Vinny, Poetic Justice.
Yeah.
So I mean, Anmol over there is pretty much has like say a little bit of a bone to pick with you because of, like, he's part of the same rap.
I've got no problem discussing this. What I said. So look, at the end of the day, it's a lesser known fact that while I was at DLG, while I was at DHH, I spoke to Poju about B3. And I was like, let's support, let's do something. And obviously they were comfortable where they were. And then started speaking to Code and I was just like, cool, let's do something. And then I thought, okay, cool. I will move you guys from a Deer Park cipher into a venue. We'll get sponsors, we'll do this, we'll do that, which we ended up doing.
Yeah.
Obviously in Poju and Code's battle, Poju made a clear point about Code letting another brand come in and prop up his battle league, essentially. Which was fair enough, because it happened, you know? Code needed support, Spit Dub needed support, and that happened. but you can't a year later do exactly the same fucking thing and not get called out for it. So,
Yeah, that's exactly what I observed with this guy.
You know, look, I had 3 people from the Bombay scene phone me that night going, look, I see what you're saying and I agree, but you didn't need to call him out. And I was like, until somebody starts calling people out, you're just going to keep sucking each other's dicks. Somebody needs to fucking say something, you know? And look, what I said was factual. I said, last year this happened and this year this is happening. Vineet's reply was nothing but slander. You're doing this.
That is where I would like to go to.
You took money from here, there, whatever, and starting your label on the, you know, which is bullshit. You know, right? Yeah. At least challenge my statement. Are you or are you not doing this?
Okay, so this was something that Lester wanted to ask you, by the way. It was something regarding the same thing, but okay, so Lester also did somewhat not exactly agree to you, but he sees what you're saying, right? So he just wanted to know your point of view when you said that. Hello? Okay, I think I'll just get away from Gaurav, so I think that would. Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah, perfect. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what Lester wanted to actually ask you, was that even B3 kind of approached, like they talked to you, like Poetic did, like I don't think I was in the loop by that time, but Poetic did talk to you when you were head of Desi Hip Hop. So what Lester's point was Poetic was taking shots at you, not Desi Hip Hop. So I don't know what the whole fuzz is, but I'd like to know this from your side.
So, bro, I didn't get you. I didn't get.
So, Poetic kind of was when you were heading Desi Hip Hop, like when you were dealing with people at Desi Hip Hop. Poetic was talking to you, and when Poetic took shots at Desi Hip Hop, I think he was talking about you.
Of course.
Yeah.
Who else is going to shut up? Listen, you can't 1 year say fuck Desi Hip Hop. They're nothing for the scene. They ruin the scene. They don't know what they're doing. And then the next year, take their money. And tell everybody, I'm just taking their money. You know? And then come and stand and talk about ethics. And talk about love for the scene. And talk about hip-hop. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, look, if I've done or said something wrong, or if I've lied, or if I've cheated somebody,
definitely.
Call me out on it. You know? But don't talk shit.
Yeah.
Like, don't, because you don't have a reply, make shit up. That's not, you know, I've never fucking taken money from anybody. If anything, I've given money. You know, you don't run a label to make money. You run a label because you like it.
Especially when it's rap, man.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, I know, man.
Yeah. Do you know what? I appreciate
my battery is about to die, so I'm
shit.
going to charge my phone.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
So you were saying
once my phone is charged.
Yeah, I think if you're done by then I think we'll be pretty much done in 5-10 minutes more. I think. Gaurang, is there anything like apart from this topic that we need to take ahead?
Not really, dude. But I certainly don't want this conversation to end on such an awkward note.
Yeah. Please continue if you can.
It doesn't have to be awkward. Look, man, I appreciate Poju. I can see all the benefit he's doing and has done within the scene, the Slum Gods. That's not the question here. I'm not questioning any of it. I'm just, my point at that time was you can't say this and then do this and expect everybody to stay quiet.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this was bound to happen. For me, I think when that happened, like me and I think Hiten were talking, and we brought this up. There's some, and like in the very same night you put up the status, I was like, oh, here it is. So like I kind of saw that coming, but yeah, whatever it is. I mean, I understand Poetic's perception too. Like you can't, like we've been organizing B3 for a long time, and you know how it goes. And right now, there's no money in it. Okay, to be very honest. There's zero fucking money in it.
There isn't.
So that I think I understand his perspective, but I would have loved if the fight went on, man, but I want to know why it stopped.
I mean, who doesn't love a fucking rap beef, dude?
Yeah, there's no beef in this scene, man. I'm dying for some. Really?
And dude, trust me on this. I mean, I know Anmol will not have much to say about it simply because he's connected with BC and elsewhere. But as someone who has absolutely no stake in either of them, like, I mean, just as an outsider, as a fan, I was at the event, and I was at the B3 event, I think, and the event was lit. It was fucking awesome. But it's right when the performances started, right? Like, say, when
the sponsor shout out, make some noise for our sponsors.
Yeah, no. Fuck that shit. Like, say, it's when the performances started. I say the musical performances started. I say these are all musical performances brought in by Desi Hip Hop. And dude, it was evident. Like, say, as the battles got done, people left the venue. People just left the venue. Nobody waited back. And like, there were some interesting people playing that night, including veterans like Mumbai's Finest and all that. But nobody gave a fuck. People just left. They knew what was important. And I think that's something that, like, say, for a lot of people from the scene, like, say, they need to take away from the event that you guys put together. Like, I strongly feel like say if rap can have such a crossover appeal, then there is something wrong, inherently wrong, that like the scene that the people in the scene over here are doing, and like there's a lot of homework that, like, say, you guys have given our scene to work on. You get what I mean?
Yeah, look, I personally believe it's all the same. But obviously, me and Uday both come from different backgrounds. We're not inherently involved in that scene. So, one of the key reasons behind the success we have so far as a label is Uday's contacts and my contacts. We're obviously taking the scene out from what it's used to and putting it in front of people that we have access to. You know, and that, I believe that quality that we both have that necessarily hasn't been involved in the scene as yet, because anybody from the outside who's come in previously, i.e. major labels, have raced it. You know, so the only other outsiders to come into the hip hop scene into India are Sony, and they took Divine, and that's it. They didn't give a fuck about the hip hop scene in India. We're slightly different. Where we're using our contacts, our finances and our time and energy and effort to put back into the scene rather than take everybody out from it and put them into Bollywood. That's not the idea here.
And what was very interesting to me was that, like, say, the kind of roster that you have picked. Now, for the three big headlining acts, like your Sudesi, your Hizipot and Fatih, like, yes, the audience will come in, but like, say, the other guys, if you look at TNS before Azadi happened to him, like, say, he had a few tracks. He was not a commercial success or, like, say, a big success, but that performance and, like, say, even the mixtape that he dropped before that, it kind of made a statement, like, say, about what the state of music is and should be. And like, for TNS, like, say, I was seeing a lot of non-hip hop janta talking about his album, and I was like, where is this coming from? Like, say, we knew Bobby before that, and like, we didn't know, like, Bobby was going to get to that level of a performance, but like, I'm so happy to see him there. Likewise for, like, say, Rack or be it Siri or whoever. Like, say, it's amazing to see.
Bobby worked extremely hard for 18 months. He made 50 songs for us. And more, he made 50 fucking songs, bro.
Oh,
50 songs.
Yeah, bro. You don't know how much I love this shit, man. Like, I keep. We only
put 50. The guy practices game. When I first realized that this guy is something is when I first took him into a recording studio, and I said, let's record a song. And you know when you layer vocals. Yeah? And you do the same verse and you layer it, and there's slight differences, and that's what makes the stack, that's the stack of vocals that makes it sound bigger. He did 4 takes for the same verse, and it was millisecond on every single fucking bar. when you layered them on top of each other, I was like, I can't tell these are 4 fucking layers.
Shit.
Do you know what I mean? Like, and then I was like, okay, so he practices that much that his delivery is spot on. And then the show and the stage presence, you can't teach that. That just
that was fucking amazing, man. Like the performance, that one performance was just the highlight of the night for me.
Yeah.
It was very good. Like, say, I would come back for that sort of thing again.
Big things for Bobby in the future, man. Big things.
Yeah,
I sure hope so, man. I sure hope so.
Man. I wish him luck from the bottom of my heart. I wish that guy excels in everything. But fuck, that guy put up a show, man. I can't stop talking about it, man. Sorry.
just imagine when we put a live band behind him.
Yeah, shit.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's the plan.
Amazing.
Awesome. So what's next for you guys?
Like any album or something coming up from any of your roster? Like is somebody dropping something real fucking soon?
Are they still there? Are they still in?
Yeah. Hello? Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah. Hello.
Yeah. Can you hear me more?
I can hear you. Is Uday still there?
What?
Hello.
Uday left for a while before.
Yeah.
His phone was
okay.
dying.
All right, I'll quickly finish. So look, the idea is between now and September, everybody on the roster is going to drop tracks.
Ooh, okay.
So see them also working on an album. Shaktiman's out next month. Rob's got a surprise.
I heard some
Nice.
exclusive shit, by the way.
Listen, see them all album's fucking incredible. I'm not even saying this. It gives me flashbacks to classics. See them all says they've just been locked up for fucking 6 months making this fucking album. It's incredible. Shaktiman's out next month. Rob's doing a surprise drop next month. Bobby's already sent me 9 tracks off his next project. Siri's going to be working with Cez on a project. Stunner's already sent me his next video. Rack is essentially what I feel Bobby was 12 to 18 months ago. So Rack's in development phase. He's doing 50 songs for me essentially. That's the target. And then let's kind of see where he goes from there. Foreign Flows, their video, Triangles, so the kind of R&B outfit that we opened up with. That was their first ever show, first time Sharon's ever played that out live. His production is incredible. So yeah, lots and lots coming up. Every Azadi act is going to do an 8-city tour in the next 6 months. Everybody's going to be doing festivals.
Nice.
And yeah, we're trying to do this Azadi cipher for fucking ages, like the label cipher. But how hard it is to get 14 rappers on one track is not easy. So we're thinking how to do that. So we're probably going to split it into 3 different cipher videos, 3 different beats, something like that. But yeah, man, it's just a lot. It's just a lot of work. Like
That is flooding the scene.
There's me and Uday. We're gonna look to grow the team soon. We need money. We really need money. But yeah, man, like I'm excited. I honestly feel that. Honestly feel what we're doing is something kind of special in its time. I'm not just saying that because it's us or what it is. I honestly feel that the group of people that have come together, Cez is the backbone, Stunner's there now as well. Obviously, Brother's the figurehead, Bobby is Boy Wonder, See the Mota will destroy any fucking stage. Siri is going to be fucking massive. As that female, that female kind of presence that's very much needed. Another female presence. I know there's already female artists in the scene. I just think she adds something different to kind of what's going on. So yeah, man, lots happening.
And we really, all of us really, we hope that, like say, and we really hope that all of this really works out for you guys. Keep delivering, man.
I'd just like to say something. All like this quality of music coming in the scene, like what it's going to do is push other rappers as well to, go to that level and push themselves more, go hard on a beat. And
Completely.
I love that. I love that. I'd like to see not just how Azadi doing, but how other rappers are keeping up with them. What they're doing to keep up with them. So
I'm loving what Death Cuts are doing in Bombay. I love what Bombay Local are doing. You know, I just think everybody's leveling up. Sumit Roy put a track out the other day. I thought definitely
my man Anmol over here is dropping 2 albums this year. One in English and one in Marathi. So
whoa.
So we'll be sending those across to you. So you would need to check that shit out.
Please, man. That'd be brilliant.
Before we end this, your favorite song from the Azadi roster. Your favorite song, like including everybody.
My favorite song.
Yeah.
Fuck. My favorite song right now is something off the See Them Off album, and it's actually just a calm track, and it's called Us Din.
Ooh,
and it's called Us Din.
I've heard about that track.
And basically, he just talks about his struggle, and you know, बोतल भी खुलेंगे चैन से उस दिन. He's like, when we get there, उस दिन जब आएगा तब चैन से बोतल खोलेंगे जब चैन से बैठे. You know what I mean? It just shows his hunger and his drive, and I think that sums up Azadi at the moment. It's like where anything that showcase did is just re-energizing, reinvigorate us to go, okay, cool, we're on the right path. We need to keep.
So is this the upcoming album?
Yeah. It is. So
awesome. We're looking forward to that.
They've got joint tracks, but Calm's got one of his own tracks, and Encore's got one of his own tracks on the album. So yeah, Usdin is a says beat and Calm's flow on it. When unless you hear it record, I know a lot of you guys have seen Calm spit in Hindi, and you know he's moved over from English, but Calm's flow is incredible. Literally, you know, like he amazing.
Is it the same track that he's doing in Hindi, like some part is in Hindi?
It's all in Hindi. Calm is only now rapping in Hindi. Yeah,
I've heard about it from these guys. So fuck, I'm looking forward to it, man. Fuck, it's gonna be fire. Just fucking drop that shit soon, man. I'm excited.
Shaktiman next month. Album up. Video of Shaktiman's done. Got shot last week.
Oh yeah.
Last week was crazy, man. Not only did we have the show, we had three music video shoots, 11 photo shoots for every artist. It was crazy, but we got it done. Like the main issue was like, okay, what are we doing? Everybody needs fucking headshots. Nobody's got any fucking headshots. Like fresh shots. So let's get everybody's fucking photos done. So we did that basically and got that sorted.
Yeah.
Awesome. We are looking forward to that shit. We really are looking forward to that shit.
Cool.
Yeah. Alright. So sorry. I'm so thankful that we actually connected. We finally did connect, and we made this call happen. And yeah, man, like this was great.
No, guys, thanks for having us. Me and Uday were actually talking about you guys the other day to somebody. And what you guys did with Tadpatri is 15 years ahead of its time. You know, when satire is more relatable than what you're actually billing against, then you guys did something special there, man. Perhaps.
Thanks so much, man. It really means a lot.
Yeah.
And right now our efforts are like we're done with the satire bit in rap. We're honestly done with that. Like say.
You say that.
I mean, we did the whole album, right? Like, I mean, of course, we'll be doing music video drops and everything. But right now, we just want to see with the podcast if we can like help people hear, like say, more upcoming artists, etc. Like, and have relevant conversations regarding the scene. More importantly,
any way in which we can help you, man. We're just a phone call away, bro.
Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. Yeah, this was great talking to you, man. Like, say, we should connect again.
Yeah, definitely, man.
Let me know when you're in town again. Let's catch up.
100%. Sounds good.
All right.
Cool, buddy. Cool, guys.
Nice speaking with you, man.
Thanks a lot for connecting more.
Bye.
Thanks a lot. Really appreciate it.
Cheers, buddy. Bye.